Rimuru Tempest x Omniverse Fanfic x Crossover XOC by Dayo. The next day. Rimuru Pav. Yesterday was a fun day. Even though they really almost cost me my money, I'm still happy. Right now, we were in the inn's dining room. We woke up early so we could watch Cornelia's game. Well, even though it was a bit difficult to wake them up and had to use brute force, but I managed to wake them up. Elaine tugged at my shirt, who was currently sitting beside me eating her breakfast. Rimuru. I looked at Elaine. Elaine, Onichan, what do you want Onichan to eat? Elaine pointed to the meat I left because I didn't want to eat it. I'll just give it to Elaine. Rimuru. No, do you want this meat? Elaine nodded. Rimuru. Alright, take it, I'm already full after all. Elaine. Thank you Onichan. I scooped up the remaining meat using a spoon and gave it to Elaine. The meat is still warm and the texture is soft. I thought it would be fine to give it to Elaine. Besides, I don't need to eat anything. After that, we finished our breakfast and prepared to go to the arena. Today it will be the mage who will compete. Maybe this match will be fun to watch, and maybe Elaine will try to observe all the magic the participants use and imitate it. A few minutes later, we finally finished our breakfast and got ready to go to the arena. After that, we walked out of the inn and walked towards the arena. The situation is the same as yesterday. No mask. From the moment I beat Baymo, many people started to recognize me and even started a fan club. I'm even having a hard time finding a solution. But, let it be like that, after all I will not stay in this world. A few minutes later, we finally arrived at the arena. Cornelia. Okay, I'll go first. Cordelia. Good luck, Cornelia. Rimuru. Good luck Cornelia. Ralph. Don't hold back. Elaine. Onichan, good luck. Cornelia smiled happily. Cornelia. Thank you guys. After that, Cornelia went towards the entrance reserved for tournament participants. After Cornelia left, we all also went towards the entrance of the arena for the audience. Rimuru Pav and Cornelia Pav. Today is my match day. I will try my best not to be left behind by the three of them. I have to win this time in order to become an S-rank adventurer. I walked towards the participant-only entrance alone. When I got to the front, I saw that someone was waiting at the door. Maybe he is the committee that will check my participation in the tournament. I walked towards the committee. Organizer, if you are a participant, show your ticket. I took the ticket that I had in my pocket. Cornelia, here's the ticket. The committee took my ticket and looked at it. Committee, Cornelia-san, well, you may come in. Cornelia, thank you. After that, I entered the special room for the tournament participants and sat on one of the benches. A few minutes later, a man came. He was wearing the same kind of clothes as mine. Maybe he will be my opponent this time. He must be Lloyd. After that, Lloyd walked to one of the benches far from me and sat there. For a few minutes, we just stared at each other in silence. This atmosphere is very awkward for me. 15 minutes later. Finally, after tens of minutes of waiting and enduring awkward feelings, the committee came to break the silence. Committee, are you Cornelia and Lloyd? Cornelia, yes. Lloyd, that's me. Organizer, okay, please get ready because the match is about to start. After that, I prepared myself and mentally to compete. The committee left after saying that, and once again, we were in an awkward state. I slightly fiddled with my magic in my palms to practice magic control. If I'm not mistaken, Rimuru said that the best way to master magic is to use it in daily life and play it every day. Over time you will get used to magic and be able to control it well. At first I thought Rimuru was just lying, but as I tried it every day, my magic control got better over time. Now, I can expend mana sparingly and stop wasting mana spending. I still can't do the same thing with Rimuru, which is to cast magic without chanting and instantaneously. Even though I can cast magic without a spell, I still can't use it instantly. At that time, Rimuru said to imagine what kind of magic I would cast. I don't know what imagination is, but I think it's really great. Maybe that's also why Rimuru didn't create a magic circle when he wanted to cast his magic. He immediately casts his magic without any intermediary. Right now, I'm trying to imagine like Rimuru said. He says imagination is when you think of something. Rimuru was able to cast magic without chanting instantly because he imagined what magic he wanted to use. As long as you have enough mana and shadow, you can cast magic without spells, that's what Rimuru said. I slightly tried Rimuru's way of imagining a strong wind rising upwards and then pouring my mana into my hands. Cornelia. Whoa, it's possible. I was surprised because the moment I did that, the magic I imagined came out of my hand without chanting and instantly. In the past, I was detected as a mage of fire and light. However, Rimuru said that it was only my match. Actually everyone's mana was pure and could be used to cast any magic element the user wanted. A few minutes later, the committee came again. Committee, it's time to start, please follow me. The committee asked us to come with him to the arena. We got up from the bench and walked with the committee behind him. It's finally started. I will try my best to become an S-rank adventurer. As we walked for a while, we finally arrived at the arena and in the crowd there were cheers. I looked for Nisan among them and I saw her in the closest part of the arena. I waved my hand towards Nisan and Nisan also waved her hand at me. Committee, sit here first before the game starts. The two of us nodded and sat on the participant bench on the edge of the arena. I saw that there were about 40 high-level magicians around the arena. Maybe they will set up a large barrier that covers the arena so that the audience will not be affected by this fight. The magicians began to create a barrier by surrounding the arena. I tried to check the barrier created by them and as a result, the barrier was strong. But, when compared to the barrier created by Rimuru, this barrier was too weak. Aslan. Well, without further ado, are you guys ready to watch this match? All audience. Yes. Aslan. I repeat again, are you ready to watch this match? All audience. Yes. Aslan. Good, because today there will be a match between a mage against a mage. What kind of magic will they cast? Will something great like before happen? We'll see today. Both participants please go up to the arena. After that, I went up to the arena with Lloyd and we stood far apart from each other. We approached the referee to take a generation bracelet as a life-saving. After that, we put the bracelet on our hands and returned to the original position. Aslan. Well, I hereby declare, the first match of the fourth day. I focused myself on Lloyd who was in front of me and slightly cast magic into my eyes to dodge the oncoming attack. Lloyd pointed his wand at me. Aslan. Started. After that, I immediately created a red magic circle in front of me and quickly cast magic. Cornelia. Super Fireball. When I was about to cast my magic, suddenly Lloyd made a magic circle in front of him which was exactly the same as the one I made. Lloyd. Super Fireball. The two huge fireballs headed towards each of us and collided with each other causing a loud bang and a scattering of heat. I made a small barrier blocking the heat from touching my body. The effect of the collision between the two large fireballs was the creation of black smoke that obscured our view. Just then, I saw a wind that was condensed into the shape of a fist clenching its way towards me. I instantly created a layer 3 barrier that would block the hand. The huge hand smashed into the barrier I created and managed to destroy the two in front of it. Lloyd's magic stopped there as it couldn't penetrate the deepest barrier. I made a white magic circle at my feet and took a stance to jump. Cornelia. Light jump. I used magic to lighten the weight of my body so I could jump high up. My plan is to remove all this black smoke from covering my sight and after that, attack Lloyd. While on top, I made a green magic circle in my hand pointing downwards. I drained my mana to the limit and cast my magic. Cornelia. Wind storm. Instantly, a huge and strong wind hit the ground I was targeting and dispelled all the black smoke. There, I saw Lloyd defending using the barrier he created. While I was still in the air, Lloyd suddenly jumped at me while making a red magic circle. He aimed his magic at me and I quickly imagined a large water gushing out of my hand. Lloyd. Phoenix Fire. Instantly, a firebird flew towards me swiftly. I immediately drained my mana until my imagination came true. When the mana that had to be flowed was enough, suddenly a large water came out which hit the firebird to death. Lloyd who saw that frowned and made a barrier that covered it so as not to be carried away by the current. Lloyd immediately aimed his barrier up while carrying himself inside. I made a small barrier under my feet to place my feet on. Lloyd. What magic was that? Cornelia. I'll tell you after this match is over. Lloyd. I won't hold back anymore. Cornelia. Me too. After that, I imagined a fireball that was bigger than the previous one inside my head and then poured my magic into it. Lloyd made a large blue magic circle in front of him which was aimed at me. Lloyd. Super water ball. Instantly, a large ball of water was released by Lloyd which came towards me. I cast the magic I imagined and created a fireball as big as the water ball. The two huge balls drew close to each other and as they collided, there was a steam explosion. I created a barrier that covered me from the hot steam and tried to imagine the next magic. I looked down and there was nothing in the arena as if nothing had happened after I cast that much water magic. I ignored it and tried to imagine a hammer made of wind. I sensed that Lloyd had created his magic circle and had it launched. I concentrated fully on my imagery and draining my mana to make it happen. Just then, there came a great wind that whirled towards me. I took out my magic and made a huge hammer made of wind magic. When the wind started to approach me, I immediately swung the hammer from the side. The big wind vanished after I cut it along with the hot steam that obscured the view. When I wanted to move forward to attack Lloyd, he wasn't there. I tried to spread my mana with a small size into the arena. The moment my mana hit the ground, I felt that my mana collided with something. I was sure that it was Lloyd and when I looked down, suddenly a pillar of fire that was bigger than my body rose towards me from below. I didn't have time to imagine the barrier and tried to dodge, but my right hand was hit by the flames and my skin peeled off from the intense heat. Cornelia. That hurts. Lloyd. Don't focus too much on your enemy, miss. After that, I tried to heal my right hand with magic and little by little, my skin returned. Right now, I'm still in the healing process and I can't cast any other magic because I'm using healing magic. I looked up and there was a wind the size of an arena about to fall onto it. The wind was in the shape of a big ball and was already aimed at me. I accelerated my healing magic as fast as possible to block the attack. Lloyd, you better be aware of your surroundings. I looked down and there was a large magic circle the size of an arena that was flowing magic. I'm getting more and more panicked with my current situation. Two attacks came from above and below. Also, this attack came at the worst time while I was healing. I immediately stopped my healing magic when the wound was half closed and created a 5-layer barrier. After I created the barrier, the two attacks started hitting the outermost barrier and easily shattered it. I couldn't make the barrier firmly because I was in a state of panic and my imagination wasn't very clear. The two attacks kept coming and managed to destroy the 4 outer barriers and one last barrier remained. I mustered all my concentration and mustered my mana to strengthen the barrier. Lloyd's attack hit my barrier hard. Cornelia. Hot and heavy. I tried my best to withstand the two attacks, but I forgot about the heat barrier. My skin was burning as I endured the fireball coming from below. I tried to think of the best way to get out of this situation. Cornelia. How is this? If this continues I will lose. Crack. My barrier cracked at the top and continued to creep downwards. I tried as fast as I could to imagine a chaotic water escaping from my hand. When I finished imagining, I poured out my mana to make it happen. As my barrier shattered, I let out a large surging water from my hand. The great wind from above slightly hit me, but I quickly created a small barrier above me to lessen the impact. The water I let out soaked the fireball and there was another explosion of steam with a bigger scale than before. The big wind kept hitting the barrier I made and it felt very heavy and I had to support it with my hands. A few minutes later, the wind that was above me dissipated and after that, the hand I used to support the barrier was hard to move. The huge fire beneath me had also dissipated and left hot steam behind. I descended and landed some distance from Lloyd. Lloyd. You are indeed great, miss. I will finish this with my strongest attack. After that, a half-red and half-green magic circle appeared in front of Lloyd of a large size. Cornelia. How did he do that? More importantly, what should I do? At that time, I was in a very indecisive state because I didn't know what was the strongest attack I could use. I watched Lloyd who was still in the process of making a magic circle. I got the idea. I tried to imitate it by creating a half-red and half-white magic circle the size of my body. The magic I will cast is a combination of fire and light magic. While we were training on the beach, Rimuru taught me to use combined magic attacks. Rimuru showed me the combined elemental magic of the fire element and darkness element and became the same big black fireball that Rimuru had emitted when we first met. The moment Rimuru threw it towards the sea, the explosive power of the black fireball was so great it made a huge wave of water. Rimuru has already tweaked my magic to be able to do a combined attack. Even though I don't know what a magic circuit is, but I feel like my magic power is getting stronger. At that time, I tried to combine fire magic and light magic and Rimuru helped me make it into a magic that I could use easily. The name of the magic was White Nova. I poured my magic into the magic circle in front of me until it was full. Lloyd, reflect fireball. Cornelia, White Nova. Lloyd let out a huge fireball that kept getting bigger every second and released it at me. I took out White Nova, which was in the form of a small glowing ball. It is only about the size of a silver coin and drops down in the usual way. Lloyd's magic had already approached me and in that instant, White Nova had hit the ground. Ting! A small ball of white light that I let out suddenly became a large-scale light magic shot that was bigger than Lloyd's magic, which had been enlarged to 4 times the size of Super Fireball. White Nova destroyed the magic Lloyd cast and hit him. Before hitting it, Lloyd had created a barrier that tried to block my attack, but it was easily broken and sent Lloyd flying off the arena and dead. The barrier the magicians created was barely able to withstand it, but I sensed Rimuru's mana replaced the barrier the magicians created. The barrier didn't even get scratched when hit by my attack and Rimuru didn't seem to have any trouble taking out such a barrier. I was a little dizzy after casting such magic, because this magic had drained a lot of my mana energy. Now, my mana capacity is only about 14 of its full capacity. Aslan. With that's great. That's great. What kind of magic is that? I've never seen magic like that, but obviously, the winner of the first match of the 4th day of the tournament is Cornelia. All the audience cheered. I walked to the participant bench and sat there to watch the next match. Lloyd had come back to life after a few minutes, as the awakening bracelet was working fine. Aslan. Well, after that amazing match, there will be a second match between mage and mage, here it is. After that, a woman stepped into the arena and across from her was a man. They are the participants who will compete this time. Aslan. Alright, without further ado, the second match of the 4th day starts. After that, they cast their magic on each other and attacked each other. A few minutes later, Aslan, and the winner is Jess. The one who won this match was Jess the boy. I already know that the difference in their magic power is very different. Jess is superior to Merta and she can beat Merta easily. After that, I got up from the participant bench and went towards the exit. Rimuru, Cornelia, we will meet at the participant entrance. Suddenly, I heard Rimuru's voice in my head. I didn't know what was going on, so I followed Rimuru. Cornelia. This voice. Rimuru. Rimuru. Yes, it's me, didn't I say that I can send thought messages? Cornelia. Okay, we will meet at the participant's exit. After that, I walked towards the participant's exit to meet with Rimuru and the others along with Nissan. Cornelia Pav end. Rimuru Pav. Wow, I'm in awe of Cornelia. He was able to use White Nova without any problems. Sure, I gave him the skill, but I didn't expect him to use it here. If I didn't quickly replace the barrier made by the magicians, there might be a big explosion. It was possible that Cordelia would be able to wipe out this place using White Nova. I gave him the skill yesterday when we tried to train together once again with Seal by my side. Actually, White Nova is a skill created from decreasing the Gluttonous Nova skill with a smaller explosive power. But even so, I never used Gluttonous Nova to hit the target. I don't know what will happen if I don't stop Gluttonous Nova and hit the mountain. I don't know what the consequences will be. The White Nova that Cornelia issued didn't hit the target either, but hit my barrier. I created a barrier using the ultimate skill, Justice Lord Michael. Just like what Rudder used to completely withstand various attacks. The skill was called Castle Guard. The skill was very defensively strong and it was difficult to get Rudder out of Castle Guard. Luckily I was on time. After that, I've sent a thought transmission to Cornelia and told her to go to the participants' exit. I invite everyone to go to the entrance of the participants. They all followed me and we headed for Cornelia. A few minutes later, we arrived at the entrance of the participants and there was Cornelia waiting for us. Cornelia saw us and she walked towards us. Cordelia also walked towards Cornelia and she looked happy. I don't know why, but something good must have happened. We walked towards the two of them. Cordelia, congratulations Cornelia. Cornelia, thank you, Onisan. Rimuru, congratulations Cornelia, I didn't expect you to use that magic in a place like this. Cornelia, yes, thanks to you Rimuru, but why did you stop my attack? Rimuru, you know, the explosive power of that magic is huge, it can even annihilate the arena and its contents, so use it when it's in an open area. Cornelia, okay Rimuru. Elaine, congratulations, Cornelia Onichan. Elaine ran to Cornelia and hugged her. The way he hugs Cornelia is so cute. Cornelia patted Elaine's head. Cornelia, yes, thank you Elaine-chan. Cordelia, so, where are we going after this? Rimuru, I'll go take a quest, you guys. Cordelia, can we come with you? Rimuru, it's fine, just come along. After that, we walked towards the guild to take the quest and I also wanted to take the payment for the 74 pieces of orc meat I got. We walked for a few minutes towards the guild to pick up the quest and finally arrived. When we arrived, we entered. Rimuru, you can search for any quest, I will be at the reception desk. Cordelia, okay, I'll take a quest that's a bit difficult, maybe we'll be exhausted. Rimuru, yes, whatever. I walked to the reception desk where Dinah was standing there. Dinah, Rimuru, do you want to take yesterday's payment? Rimuru, yes, I also happen to be looking for a quest. Dinah, okay, let me take your payment first. Dinah took some money from under the reception desk and put it on the table. Dinah, this is your payment. I was surprised when I saw how much I paid. Rimuru, Etta, is this true? Dinah, yes, that's right. Since the meat you brought is very high quality, one piece is priced at 3 silver, so the total is 222 silver. Do you want to exchange it for gold coins? Rimuru, just exchange 20 gold coins. Dinah, okay, take the rest. Dinah gave 22 silvers and he took money from his desk drawer. Dinah took 20 gold coins from it and gave it to me. I picked it up and at the same time, Cordelia came here. Rimuru, have you found the quest yet? Cordelia, look at this, it's close and we can use it for practice. I looked at the paper Cordelia showed me, and the quest she took was to capture the bandits near the forest. I approached Cordelia and whispered something. Rimuru, capture the bandits. Is it the same place as that time? Cordelia, no, this is different, they are in the forest near the beach. Rimuru, is that so? That's good then. Cordelia, I want to take this quest with my party. Dinah, okay, who is your party? Cordelia, me, my sister, Ralph over there, Cecilia wearing the mask and Rimuru. Dinah, so you are Rimuru's friend. Cordelia, yes, I'm her friend. Dinah, introduce, my name is Dinah, I'm a fan of Rimuru. Rimuru, oi. Cordelia, I'm Cordelia, and what do you mean Rimuru's fan? Dinah, yeah, when I heard that Rimuru had exterminated tens of thousands of undead alone in the Hamburg War, I wanted to meet him myself. I also heard that Rimuru had defeated Baymo in a hand-to-hand combat even though the difference in their bodies was obvious. Cordelia, yes, I also confused him when he beat Baymo in a fist fight. They said something that embarrassed me with a hint of arrogance. Rimuru, HHEY, how about we just take the quest and finish it as quickly as possible? Dinah, sorry Rimuru, I missed it. Well, the quest has been given, complete the quest. After that, we went to the place of the bandits we had to catch. Perhaps this quest would be very easy and in fact, Elaine was able to defeat them as long as the bandits weren't as strong as the archdemon. And that's how our quest started very easily and quickly without any problems. Rimuru Pav end. 2 days later. Ryuto Pav. We should have arrived at Sealder City to look for Rimuru yesterday, but due to some obstacles, we were only able to arrive 3 days later. On this journey, Princess Elise joins us in the search for her sister to the city of Sealder. Elizazan also asked us to go to nearby villages while looking for her sister's whereabouts while helping poor villages. We also met some bandits on the way, but we managed to defeat them because the strongest of the ones we've encountered so far are only at the high human level. We took them to the nearest small town and put them in prison. We also got some money from catching bandits and we used that money to buy some food. This trip can be said to be relaxed and not too fast. We stopped at several villages and towns before continuing our journey, and sometimes, we rested in the meadows. Several times, we continued to hone our skills and our fighting techniques by doing sparring and one-on-one duels. Not infrequently we also come across some wild monsters and we fight them. We won easily after fighting them and leaving their corpses there. Elizazon told us to take the evidence of subjugation with one part of the monster to be taken as evidence. Thanks to that, we got extra money after selling evidence of subjugation in the cities we stopped by. Right now, we were stopping at a nearby town within the inn. Since it was late, we all slept when we arrived at the inn and were leaving tomorrow morning. What a hectic schedule for a high school kid like us. Ryuto Pav end. Rimuru Pav. 2 days have finally passed and we purposely missed yesterday's game. By the way, from the rumors I heard, the winners of yesterday's match were Freel and Heresy. And today, we will see the schedule for the final round after we eat this breakfast. A few minutes later, we finally finished our breakfast and got ready to go to the arena to check the schedule. We walked towards the arena because there might be a match schedule that was displayed using a large banner. A few minutes of walking, we finally arrived at the arena and we looked at the match schedule and it seemed to have been randomized again. This is what it looks like. Stalin, Swordsman, vs. Luck Mage. Rimuru, Magic Swordsman, vs. Ralph, Paladin. Cornelia, Mage, vs. Freel, Mage. Cordelia, Magic Swordsman, vs. Aloe, Magic Swordsman. Heresy, Magic Swordsman, vs. Jess, Mage. Ralph, who saw the match schedule, immediately froze. I grabbed Ralph's shoulder. Rimuru. What is it, Ralph? Ralph. NNO, nothing. What's with him? Also, why did Cordelia and Cornelia put on a pitying face for Ralph? Well, never mind, maybe I'll ask him not to hold back. Rimuru. Let's do our best without holding back, Ralph. I said that while smiling at Ralph. Ralph. Yes, please help. Tomorrow is the day the final tournament begins. Just like yesterday, there were only 2 matches on the first day and the next day there would be 3 matches. And as for those who didn't qualify for the final round, they were already promoted to A+ rank adventurers.